10 craziest facts about Marvel characters. Marvel characters have gotten really popular due to the MCU. Usually, comic book nerds and fans used to watch the MCU movies because of the comics. Now it's the other way around. More people have actually started to read the comics because of these movies. And because the comics also include several characters which are not in the MCU, people end up finding out more about them as well. But there are certain facts about the Marvel characters which many comic book enthusiasts are also not aware of. Here's a list of the craziest facts about the following Marvel characters. Wolverine. Logan's regenerative ability is nothing new for people, but did you know that he regenerated from a single drop of blood? It happened when Wolverine was impaled by a spear, and his drop of blood landed on the crystal of ultimate vision. His body regrew from that very drop, and he even got new cosmic powers. I'd very much like to see something like that in the MCU. Red Skull killed Spidey's parents. After the original Red Skull died, a KGB agent took his mantle. Peter Parker's parents were sent to infiltrate his base, but the Skull had their plane sabotaged without them knowing. So Richard and Mary Parker died while returning from their mission. Drax and Thanos.
There are two types of beings in the universe. Those who dance and those who do not.
Did you know that Drax was created by Thanos' father and grandfather? The sole purpose of his creation was to kill Thanos. This may not be canon to the MCU, but Drax did get a drive to kill Thanos in the movie as well. Heavy Vision.
Control their fear, only my own.
We know that Vision's phasing allows him to become lighter than air. But did you know he can also become as heavy as 90 tons? This was actually shown up to a certain extent when Wanda stopped Vision by making his body denser. And then Vision also became heavier when he cannonballed into the Giant Man. Just imagine the pain of Giant Man here. Iron Man. Tony Stark was actually the first human to use the Infinity Gauntlet. In the comics, the gauntlet has been worn by Reed Richards before Tony, but Reed didn't use it. Bucky killed Logan's wife.
What did I do?
Nothing.
I knew this would happen.
Apparently, Bucky is guilty of killing a lot of important people. He killed Howard and Maria Stark in the MCU. But did you know that he once killed Logan's wife as well? Hydra once sent him to kill Logan's pregnant wife, Itsu. So Buck also killed the unborn child of Logan. Just imagine the guilt that he constantly lives with. Deadpool and parachutes. While we saw Deadpool use a parachute in Deadpool 2, he didn't prefer to use one in the comics. So he prefers to just drop and regenerate instead of gliding down slowly. Hulk can breathe underwater. A gland in the Hulk's body makes oxygenated perfluorocarbon emulsion. So that creates pressure on his lungs, which in turn allows him to breathe underwater. Does that mean Smart Hulk would not have died even if he would have drowned when the Avengers facility was flooded in Endgame? Venom was created by a fan. Once Marvel ran a contest for aspiring talent, and a guy named Randy Schuler submitted his idea. This idea was to create a suit that enhances Spidey's powers. Marvel brought his idea from him for just $220 and turned it into Venom. After adjusting inflation, this amount still comes to just $536. So just imagine the kind of profit that Marvel has made off of this investment. Thor's hammer can raise the dead. Once Thor killed an innocent person by mistake, so he used Mjolnir to bring that person back to life. The MCU tries to be pretty realistic, even with its mystical and sci-fi terminologies. So the closest that Mjolnir came to raising people from the dead was when Thor fixed Tony's arc reactor in Endgame. Hopefully, I have been able to tell you at least 5 new facts in this video, if not more.